And we're live. Yeah, we're always in the middle of negotiations with multiple high-end sponsors. So
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't have any room left in the vault. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fey Touched. I'm James. And welcome to Fey Touched, our 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game set entirely in the wondrous Feywild now.
Entirely. We've derailed it.
That's right. I am James. I'm a professional dungeon master with RPGathome. It's my great pleasure to welcome everyone here to Wrath of the River King, our fantastic campaign by Kobold Press. More money in the vault. We are well underway now in our second adventure in this fantastic campaign. And hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome. Hi, Jared.
Hello.
I'm going to start with you because
That's
how are you today?
Because I'm usually panicking because I usually am I still wet from the baby's bath when I come here.
That's
so
right.
I'm good and calm now. Hey, everyone. I'm Jared. Point of order, too, before I continue. We did not start the Feywild, and then we went to the Feywild too early for you. So,
yes.
It's just like we can't please you. We've been trying, the four of us, to make you happy, and we can't do it.
Adventurers are my bane. I don't know what it is.
I play Quinn, the elf ranger, and future husband to the Birch Queen, I believe, or sex slave, or whatever really is shaken out from this thing.
Or Esmeralda.
Yeah. Well, you know, whoever can grant a wish, I guess.
That's it. Welcome. And hi, Taylor. How are you today?
Hello. I am very well. Today is day one of my week-long vacation, so I'm in a very good mood. My name is Taylor. I play Esmeralda, the Eladrin Fey sorcerer, and I think she's currently embarrassed because her brother just outed her in front of her new friends she's supposed to be cool in front of, so get to run off that vibe for a while.
Oh, he's doing that. Absolutely. And hi, Latreni. How are you today?
Good.
Welcome.
I am not quite on vacation yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh.
When's your
The whole thing.
It's Thursday, right? Would be probably, or you get Wednesday off.
I get Wednesday off. Yay, private schools.
Ooh.
Nice.
Is
Yeah,
this Thanksgiving or shopping or something? Is it?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Also shopping, because
Also
America,
shopping, yeah,
but
it's
That's not a real holiday.
The whole month is shopping now. And
Yep.
because there's this fear that maybe it's true, maybe it's not, that like supply and delivery times are gonna be nuts. Like people are like, yeah, just drop your Christmas presents now, because turkeys aren't gonna be around, Christmas trees are being short supply. Like there's just kind of like the fear is kind of rampant that like we're just not gonna have anything we're used to. So good old America.
Rampant capitalism, people fighting in the streets and doing crazy stuff. Yeah, good.
It's all good.
but yeah, I play
So-
Tismay.
Yes. What is Tismay this week?
What is Tismay is really the question.
Yeah.
Usually she is a Hexblood Twilight cleric who's just, chilling out in the Feywild, having some fun, fighting some tree spiders.
And looking very Hexblood now. You were a little gnomish girl for a while.
Oh yeah.
Just going through crises, yeah.
Going full Fey. And last but certainly not least, hello, Eric.
Hello, James.
How are you today?
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
I'm Eric.
everybody.
Hi, Eric.
Thank you. Well, I mean, that's congratulations, but yeah, so throw me some Yiddish love, sure. Hanukkah is soon. I'm
28th,
Eric.
right?
I play what?
The 28th, right? Is the first night?
Yes, it always changes. I don't know. I can keep track. Anyways, I play a Cobalt artificer named Bisbo, future boybold of the Birch Queen, I would say. And speaking of rampant capitalism, I bought this stupid thing, which was supposed to be a owl bear dice bag, but like literally nothing. By the way, this is like an official product, so again, we're getting some money. From
good
them
for
too.
us.
Nothing fits in here. You can't even fit like a single D20, and that's pretty much it. So it is just useless.
And it's kind of like you have to like cut it open, like
you have to like
the dice guts out,
tauntaun it like Star Wars style.
Yeah, but I didn't want to
Tauntaun
get
it,
into this because that's
Tauntaun
just a
it.
shutdown. That's just
Yeah.
shut
Well,
down.
That's right. It's for smuggling dice across the border, is it? Like,
yes, exactly.
Very cool. Well, welcome everyone. And yeah, sorry we were out last week, but we're back again. I'm sure we'll get onto a regular schedule soon, but here we go. Welcome back. Before we begin, I do need to do my list of awesomeness, all the awesome creatives and artists that help us out and do all the things. Two main ones, Darshan Fragnani, who does our beautiful portraits. And the second one is Eightfold Paper that's potentially doing some maps for us today, which we're really cool. We use sounds from Sirenscape. We're using some awesome stuff from Kobold Press, including their new Vault of Magic book that came out a couple of weeks ago that I am loving. It's got hundreds and hundreds of magical items and really cool. So maybe there's some shopping to be done, or just random magic items fall from the clouds now because I kind of like stuff. And of course, Fantasy Grounds, which we'll be using their virtual tabletop. So thanks, guys. It's cool to use your stuff, and it's all working really well. So that's all that stuff. Anyone want anything else to add? Everyone cool?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Let's do
it. All right.
Cool.
Welcome back.
You still refuse to like plug yourself though, right? Like where hey, go to RPG.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation
okay,
2 weeks.
okay.
I don't want to plug any more games. It's all right. We'll deal with that.
Stop calling people. Stop emailing.
Yeah, that's right. I'm booked out. I am tired of. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm excited to play D&D. It's going to be good fun. So when last we met, you guys are still within the Oak King Circle, this fantastic oasis of oaks in the middle of the Feywild, having arrived there only a night ago. I can't believe that. Yep, only a day ago. You guys have settled into an amazing Fey inn in the trees of the oak grove called the Bracken Bough. And have both delighted and terrorized the Fey creatures within that space. The Pixie Bar in particular being well frequented over the course of the night. And of course, you assisted in defending the Bracken Bough and the Oak King Circle from an attack from the Shadow Fey, from some hideous sap, oily hags that were creating disease within the trees. You managed to thwart their attack, taking down a large daddy long-legged type massive tree-legged spider, and was assisted through the arrival of the Rowan King. The Rowan King, another one of the Sealy courts. The Rowan King has arrived with reinforcements to help bolster the Oak King's realm. You are aware, of course, that things have changed dramatically in the Feywild, particularly for Esmeralda, as she's returned back to the realm of her birth. The Shadow Court has risen and is one by one looking as though it's they're overthrowing the Unseelie courts, the courts of winter, and attempting to do the same of the Seelie. In particular, the Rowan King and the Oak King have been targeted as the two courts that hold sway and the passage of time between the summer courts and the winter courts each year. These two venerable archfey assist in transferring power between the Seelie, those that believe in summer and light, and the Unseelie, those that revel in darkness and winter, and the transfer between the Fey power between the two. And the Shadow Fey have seemingly invaded that process. And so you find yourself in a Fey wild that is rife with danger, that is rife with conflict. And assisted by Esmeralda's scholarly older brother, Dorian, who is working as an envoy to the Rowan King, you've managed to come up with a plan of sorts, I guess, to travel to the Birch Queen's Fair. Mm-hmm. The Birch Queen, an Unseelie archfey, whose role it is to usher in the change between the Seelie and the Unseelie court, and to compete for her favour. Every year, the Birch Queen's Fair, a large competition is held to see who would be the Birch Queen's consort for the year. Consort a courtesan that would reside with the Birch Queen for a long period of time is always given a particular wish or a request. And generally, it's accepted by the Birch Queen. And so the plan of sorts, from what I can gather,
We have to
is
reside with her for a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I not mention that?
Well,
Oh.
I
think you did.
don't
We just
remember
glossed
that
over
'cause
it.
4 of us volunteered to do it immediately, and I think a couple of us would have paused.
Was that in the fine print of the invitation? No, I can't remember. I'm sure I said it had to be a 3
I
years.
think you did say it.
You did.
say,
You absolutely did.
And so the idea being that that some of you are looking at representing various Fae courts to the Birch Queen to try and compete for her favour. Dorian is looking at representing the court of the Rowan King and petitioning the Rowan King to be that court's champion. Esmeralda has already put her hand up in order to be championing the Court of Roses, of which her family's ancestry is from. And the Court of Roses is of course, a court in massive decline. The majority of the noble houses have fled to the Summerlands, leaving just the Scarlet Queen slowly going mad within her realm. Quinn, I believe, is going to look at petitioning the Oak King to be his champion. And of course, Bisbo has claimed himself as being a knight of the Court of Roses. I'm not sure what he's going to do with that.
Yeah,
But
champion. That was before. I think we were talking about maybe
going to be to the mortal realm.
Yeah, but I don't think that's.
Oh yes, in the Mortal Realm, of course.
I think Bisbo could just run support on this one.
Oh, have you now changed your mind now that you know it's a
I don't know. No. I mean, I didn't think we were serious, or that's actually. I don't think anybody put that actual forward, right? Not in character.
It's so hard to understand what to take of Bisbo seriously. It's a tricky minefield.
He didn't bring up the material plane one, so I forgot who said that. But
and so, as we rejoin our adventure for this week, you guys have had the opportunity of a rest. I think, did we long rest at the end of last session?
No, definitely not.
We were going to, though. That was the plan, wasn't it? Was it not to have a rest? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long.
Because you've all night. Yeah. So with Dorian leaving to continue to work with the Rowan King, you guys take the opportunity to rest within the Bracken Bough. The fight has taken its toll on the entirety of the Oak King Circle. The lightning sap-like hags that emerge from the trees have caused some damage and have caused some casualties. The denizens and residents of this forest are in shock, trying to kind of rebuild their small settlements and their small little their little bracken domes on the boughs of these large trees. You see hedgehog families and owl families kind of scurrying around, being assisted by pixies, brownies, sprites, dryads as they kind of net things. And on the ground, you see that the centaurs and satyrs of the Rowan court get to work, kind of assisting the wounded and tending people. So as you guys have a bit of a sleep, the last thing that you notice is a singular woodwode out the front of your rooms. Alphonse, the woodwode that has steadfastly stayed beside your side since the attack, is seemingly taking the role of a sentinel out front of your accommodations as you guys have a sleep. Does anyone want to do anything in particular before we rest for the night?
So?
No. All right. Let's quickly trigger a nice long rest if you want to prepare whatever spells you want to prepare for the day. Ooh.
Oh.
Apparently we have a new long rest sound from Sirenscape. Thank you.
Why is it so?
It's that fantastic new add-on for Fantasy Grounds where, depending what button I press or you guys press, different sounds come in. So I apologize in advance for
we
roll
We
against
we
vomit.
were surprised by one.
Yeah.
Pretty bad last week.
Yeah. And so it is that when you guys re-wake in the early evening, because of course you've slept, you fought overnight, started to sleep during the morning, and so it would be kind of late afternoon. I'd say about 4 o'clock. As people start to rise and move out from their chambers high up in the Brackenbower Inn within the Oak King Circle, you get that faint smoky haze of the autumn fires that have been burning. You get the smell of the chestnuts and the petrichor of decomposing leaves, and the chill is in the air. That beautiful autumnal fall chill that kind of makes you want to rug up and have a warm drink. And you can feel a somewhat of a hush over the grove. You can still hear the bird chirps, and you can still hear the scurry of hedgehogs, but a tranquility and a peace has settled over the grove, very different from the night before, when the lightning and storms pounded this part of the forest. As you wake and leave your chambers, you look out amongst the balconies below, and already some of the candlelights and fireflies are starting to emerge within the treescape. It's a beautiful, bathing the place in a beautiful kind of pale yellow glow. What would you like to do?
I don't think we finished our discussion from last time, so I think Tisme will just go over to Bisbo and Quinn's accommodations and just give a little knock on the door. Are you all awake?
I've been awake for 2 hours.
Oh, well.
Bang.
What are you?
Oh.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Is Quinn? Oh, we don't know if Quinn is.
Quinn's fast asleep right now until Jared sits back in his seat.
Yes.
I think that's good.
How can Quinn sleep through that? We have no idea.
He's covered in like wood dust and old rags and
just
pillows
everywhere.
firmly over his ears and over his face as he's trying desperately to avoid the noise.
Oh wait, is Esmeralda already sleep? Were you sleeping also?
Yeah, she needed to sleep as well. So Esmeralda would have probably, I don't know if she probably would be either in the same room or the room Disney was in, but then would come with Disney.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you all gather in Bisbo's room.
Okay. I feel like I was, we had fought a whole bunch and I was pretty tired before, so I just wanted to clarify again. Definitely Tisme and not myself. What we're hoping to accomplish with the Birch Queen is
we're hoping to either slow the transference between the winter and summer court to allow us more time, or gain access to the River King. We know that the River King has become an issue to the material plane. Dorian had the idea of using the pause and the transfer of power to get the River King's attention. So that is the plan.
And once the transfer happens, right, it's going to be bad news, because then the Shadow Court will be in full power.
Yes.
And we don't know when when that would turn back. It could be indefinitely.
More than likely, it could be, yes. More than likely, it would be indefinitely. With Sarastra not being seen, there's no sense of order. They would probably keep the control longer than they should, which will affect everything. So.
Okay. Is it even... I don't know much about the Feywild, but I'm not really sure. Taking a part of this festival, do we have a chance in winning? Is this the best way?
Yes, it's all equal footing.
Okay.
It seems like there was the bow event, right? That's kind of to weed out the unskilled, and then it's kind of like whatever is your main bag, right?
Yes, the contest of arms is, like you said, to eliminate those that are unskilled or unfavorable, and then from then on, it is your own wit and charm that needs to carry you. And that's why we can't put all of our hope on Quinn.
But it still kind of seems weird. Like, does she only into bow people? Like, is she only like people who are good with bows? I mean, that's the qualifying factor. I mean, your brother is like a skilled wizard, right? But he doesn't get shoot. He can't shoot for shit, man. He's a horrible shot.
That's my dearest and most beloved brother, Bisbo. Let me just start you off there. Dorian is my favorite.
Okay.
And
is he not a horrible shot?
Yes, he's a horrible shot, but don't keep saying that out loud.
I don't judge, man. He's a smart wizard. Those guys are crazy. Those guys are so smart. I look up to them. I never got to learn, so I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just like, Tisme can't. She tries with dancing. She's not going to win any medals, though. You know what I mean?
Let's stop while we're ahead.
Okay.
And the contest of arms is something that is in our traditions. And it's not always, while bows are favorable, someone like Quinn with your flashy daggers could definitely capture attention by being out of the norm. Mm. So it's not always, and of course, magic is, using magic in that particular contest never stands well. It looks like one is boastful, almost. Like, it just never looks good. It's better to start off with the arrow or dagger or whatever you choose, and then eventually show off your skills in magic once you pass that level. Does that make sense?
I mean, it makes... So it's not how well you shoot, it's how you do it.
You do want to hit the target, yes, but sometimes the presentation of the shot can also be a factor. Okay.
And do I forget, did Esmeralda shoot the bow last night?
She did.
Yep.
And how did you do? I don't think you did well, right?
First shot was a miss.
Yeah.
Second shot she hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both Doreen and I rolled natural ones in our first time.
Yes. I'm kind of looking at you as well about like shooting a bow. It's... I mean... kind of seems stacked against us. It sounds like we really need people who are, like Quinn. But while you can beat him in the charm department, I don't think you can beat him in the archery department.
No, but if we go as 4 different factions, that's putting the probability a bit more in our favor, don't you think? I mean, you're good with the numbers, aren't you? So, I mean... It's bound to, we just need to get a foot in the door, and I'm hoping that either Dorian or I can get our foot in the door. That way we know the ways things are done, and then Quinn will get in, and we'll probably need some pointers, because he is going to either insult the Birch Queen or just look terrible the entire time. I'm
working on it right now to help him.
And what are you doing to help him?
I'm like tinking away on something.
Esmeralda's gonna lean back to his man, and I'm not sure about this.
Are we ever sure about any of this?
True.
Is this woodworking or metalwork?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Well, the Birch Queen and her fair may be one of the best ways we can get a hold of the situation and also assess what's going on. Right now, we've only heard of what the Shadow Court is doing from the small bits of attacks that we've seen and word of mouth. Seeing the Birch Queen in person would also give more of an insight of what's actually happening.
Okay, so it's also just for intelligence gathering. Yes, we distract her with our wives, but then all of a sudden, at the same time, we investigate and question the crowds.
If only we had a private investigator to help us with that.
I'm a private investigator.
Oh my goodness, yes, you could do that for us.
Yes, I didn't know if you knew that or not, but you were so insightful that yes, I could do this. Okay, I will have to wear my hat. Tisme, what are you going to do? Not dance, right?
No. I mean, the dancing isn't like a performance thing. It's.
I know you love it, but just yesterday you almost killed everyone in the bar, so I just.
I blame it on the.
Esmeralda's gonna stop and go, I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
What's this about nearly killing everybody in the bar with dancing?
Killing.
Were you dancing
what?
with fire?
Bispo, were you dancing with fire?
No, I was dancing like a beautiful swan. You were dancing like a crazy enraged bull and knocking everything over.
I don't remember anything.
You just see Esmeralda standing in her place with this look of concern as she just takes a deep breath and goes, okay, that's fine.
It was pixie wine. We had too much pixie wine.
Pixie wine, yeah, that's true.
That'll do it. It is very potent and very good stuff, but questionable decisions get made about pixie wine, and we'll just leave that book closed for now. Well, Tisme, you actually might be a point of interest for those that are unseelie.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're like pro hack.
So I'm like
exactly
like a double agent of sorts.
If you want, I would not want to push you into a direction you may not feel comfortable with. However, with your appearance and with Sarastra blessing you with your abilities, you might have a bit more of a sway with the unseelie.
Sounds interesting.
And just don't want to make you uncomfortable, but you have to be deceitful.
Deceitful. I mean, it's not my strong suit, but I could try.
You have to be comfortable not telling the truth. That's something that you're good with, or
really good liar. But...
Or you don't need to lie directly. Just avoid answering the question truthfully.
Just
that's
avoid.
A little easier.
Yeah, just don't. I don't know if you had a lot of practice at doing this, but yeah, just don't ever give any answers.
Sibling
or information. Yeah.
I could try. It could be interesting. Yeah, that sounds fun. I mean, helpful.
I'm glad you think so. Well, it will be helpful, but you might be able to glean a bit more than we can. So hopefully, maybe there's some in the crowd that are still loyal to Sarastra that we can rely on for help. But for now, we have to work with this. Okay.
It's you want to get into character. When I was playing the part of Doofy, I had to think, what would Doofy do? What is Doofy's motivations? And once I got one good motivation, that's when I was like, now I am Doofy. So just think about make up a name, and then
why do I have to play a character?
Because you're playing a character.
Just me?
No,
am I not
it can
just
be you?
Why not? I am a follower of Sarastra. I'm playing a follower of Sarastra.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a character?
So you're saying I could have just joined the military with my own name and not acted like an idiot, and it would have been fine?
I can't.
Probably.
Really.
Because they only see kobolds the same way.
I mean, they really didn't notice the switch.
That's true. That took so much prep time. I spent 2 days just running lines to myself.
Lines?
Yes, hello, I am Doofy. I will fix this for you. Ha!
Did you actually ever? Yes, is that what Doofy sounded like?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you know Doofy? This is actually a very good question.
I met Doofy. I gave him a gold coin to go away.
And that was it. He just left. He didn't have concerns about deserting or anything.
Nope. He said, "Thank you for the shiny," and he ran away. The kobolds are idiots. They are idiots.
They're for kobolds.
Well, not all of them. I know, but I trust me. I was born with them. They suck. Okay, you don't want to live with kobolds. They are, not. Yes.
We're living with you. I'm very confused.
Anyways, whatever. So the plan is we get the Oak King to make Quinn his champion, and then we meet up with your brother and travel to the Birch Queen.
Yes, the fair.
Okay. Well,
okay. That will require us to travel through the Feywild more. Will you be okay with that?
I'm fine.
Oh, she's looking at Bisbo. Mr. Nearly vomits every time he walks to the Feywild.
He looks at you. He turns around and says to Godwin, "Are you good? You'll be okay, right?" Okay. Yes, Godwin will be fine. Anything else?
Okay. Right. Well, that settles that.
I just remembered something that I was supposed to do.
What do you need to do?
Well, you and your brother were mentioning that Sarastra not having been seen or heard of in a while. I figured I should spend. It's been a little while since I've spent some time in meditation, just reaching out to her. So I thought I should take.
That's a very wise idea. Yes, that'll be a very wise idea. Maybe you'll hear from her, or she'll give some guidance, or just a sign that she's okay.
That would be wonderful. Yeah. So,
do you need a quiet space?
That would be preferable. I've done it in noisy locations before. My home was never particularly quiet, but I think I'll just head
why
back
don't you go? Yes, go back to our rooms and then just come back when you're done and let us know how it goes.
Sure.
Right, sounds like a plan.
Cool. So Tisme will head out. Wait, you said it was like afternoon-ish, but it's still coming. Well, like it's not like
just coming into dusk. Yeah, so it is starting to. The light is starting to dim. People have lit fires, and the lights are starting to come up. The fireflies and such. So
okay. Then yeah, Tisme will go back to the other room, and she will have a seat in the room. She will take out. She'll light a candle. Take out some of the little items that she has in her purse. A bone, a clay stone, a pebble, the various kind of auspicious items that she's collected over the year that she associates with positive experiences with Sarastra. And she will take her bracelet and spin it, and in the candlelight it'll be a picture of a humanoid, I guess. Basically her and a hooded amalgamation of Sarastra dancing together. One of her, like a vague form of one of her memories of them dancing together on the lake. And I don't know how she wants. I was going to cast Augury, but I don't have something specific to ask. I just wanted her to reach out and just see if she felt something. I don't have a specific question.
Could ask, "Are you okay?" or something.
But it has to be like an action that I'm going to take
okay.
within a short period of time. But we're not doing anything specific within a short period of time.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're looking at departing soon. It's not.
That's true. Would that count? I didn't know. How short is it? Oh, here we go again. This is 30 minutes. I mean, maybe we're leaving in the next 30 minutes. I don't know. So sure.
The next 30 minutes. Well, I think I think were you planning on rejoining Dorian and the Rowan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. At least to ask about the plan. So she will ask, should we go forward, meeting with Dorian the Rowan King to continue with this plan? That seems kind of vague.
Yeah, vague's good with gods though. They like vague. They work within the realm of vague.
Yes, and she'll cast out the items. And with that scene dancing around the room, we'll just meditate.
The wind picks up slightly. The candle flickers and flutters, and you see that most of the small fires and candlelights that are dotted around start to kind of twinkle out a little bit. They start to increase the shadows within this area. If anything, the contrast between the light of the bracelet as the shadow plays is cast out onto the wall is increased even more. And whilst you control the images as they move, you see that the dancers pick up and twirl faster and more elaborately. Where it might have been two dancers working in tandem on the lake, you watch as the image as Sarastra leads the dance after a few moments, and you see that she's pirouetting you in some ways, leading you across the water. You look down at the objects. They're arranged in a very positive manner. You certainly get a very strong feeling of benefit, and you get a strong feeling of support. She is here. There's no question in your mind. She is here. She is around and exerting her faith, her power within you. You feel the last time you did this was the demise of Omuerta, was it not?
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost as if in this place, in the Feywild, you feel that her connection is almost stronger. Within the shadows, within the twilight, you get a sense of that aura, that power still running through you. It fills you with joy. This is a grand omen. Whatever it is, meeting with the Rowan King, you get a sense that nothing harmful will come of that.
Tisme will just take a few more moments, just in that feeling, that kind of comfort and joy that she's felt it in the Feywild, but even more just like having that confirmation that Sarastra is around her, before cleaning up her things, and going to rejoin the rest of the group.
Okay. Quinn, you wake, pillows firmly wrapped around your head. It's been a rough few hours trying to get the last vestiges of your long rest and the last part of your sleep while Bisbo was massively disturbing your rest with hammering and chiseling and sawing. And so trying to sleep, you're unaware that both Tisme and Esmeralda have been in your room chatting for some time. I guess you've been kind of with the pillows around your ears and around your eyes, desperate to avoid the noise, but eventually become aware that Esmeralda is sitting in a chair in your room, and Bisbo and they've been talking quite loudly, perhaps about what you have no idea, and for how long you have no idea. But you certainly come to your wake. It is just coming on dusk. You've slept for most of the day. Welcome back.
Thank you. Baby's vomiting, so
yeah.
Hopefully he's.
Oh
fine.
no!
Yeah, well.
No, that's no fun.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. It's like, is it normal after vaccines? Probably, but so
yep.
we'll. If I dart again, that will be why. And but yeah, was I kind of look outside? Was I out long, or doesn't feel that way?
It is nearing nightfall, yes.
What is Bisbo doing? Do I even want to know?
Well,
Apparently
I'm
building
I'm
you
not
something.
talking now. I'm packing everything up.
I thought you were still hammering.
No, but you are covered in dust and rags.
A
On your
rag? I'm
body.
covered in rags?
Well, there's like some rags on your, like on your bed, kind of, as I was throwing things around.
What did Bisbo do?
Unclear.
Well, yeah, I know he was looking to do something.
I'm making something for you to give to the Birch Queen when you get to, as a way to endear herself to you.
Oh, shit, that's right. We need to get
Because
blessings, don't
what?
we?
You would definitely
Yes.
win in the archery competition, but in the charm competition, we need something to kind of get you, up to the same stuff as Esmeralda.
I don't know quite how to take that. Maybe that's part of the problem.
I mean, you're a gruff lone wolf. She might like the bad boys, but I think we have to really impress her with something she's never seen before. So I just want to give you an edge, basically.
I need clothes.
I can try to. What do you want?
Not
shirt.
from you, perhaps.
I can
but
make you
from-
some
no.
like shorts that rip off, or some pants that rip to shorts.
Why would you make shorts that rip off?
Not a kingdom thing.
Yes.
No.
And that's
no.
now canon.
Definitely a kingdom. Definitely a kingdom thing.
It is not. And I'll kind of turn to Esmeralda. May regret this, probably will, but
Are you about to
Please.
ask me to take you shopping?
we need finer clothes if we're going to go and impress anyone. We can't wear this. And we need it from the Fae, I'm assuming, so.
Oh, you leave it to me. I will make this amazing. You will not regret asking me. I will make you look fantastic. I am so excited.
I whispered to Disney, he's definitely going to regret this.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
So, clothes, blessings.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we need? We have a couple days journey, don't we?
Yes.
We do. We should make sure that we're ready for that journey.
And if I know our DM, that's at least 7 more sessions. So we need to really.
DM? What's a DM? I don't understand.
I'm sorry,
2
I'm
days,
so tired.
13 fights. Yeah.
And we should probably make plans for you to learn a couple Sylvan phrases.
Oh,
Just as a
I can
safety
teach him
measure.
some.
Oh no! No.
Sure. Yeah. That would probably be useful.
Fantastic. I'm so excited. She's just gonna look and she's like, you are going to look incredible when I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. So we're not leaving tonight, are we?
Yes.
We should leave as soon as we get the blessing. So we should get you dressed and then bring you to present you to the Oak King. Make you look presentable. You can petition to be his champion, and we can leave.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Esmeralda looks so excited right now. You've
Quinn
never seen her
checking just like
smile
I have all my
this
clothes.
much.
I have all my clothes and all my legs and like my arms and everything still and nothing new is attached to me. Nothing has been modified or.
You pat yourself down. It looks normal as
So
far
the
as you can
wristband?
tell. Yep.
Okay.
It doesn't look
From-
like he's done anything to you in your sleep that
Me?
you're aware of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tismay arrives back in the room. It's now very much twilight. The lights have gone down. So how did you want to? Are we heading back to the circle? How are you preparing for this?
Before we head to the circle, Esmeralda will try to see if there's any ateliers around that they could get Quinn's a new set of clothes for, because he is currently not. As she looks at him, she will look and go, "Oh yeah, you're definitely not ready to be presented to the Oak King. Not like that.
For what it's worth, we would also not wear this in the kingdom courts. We would, have much nicer uniform on. So I concur on some level that I do think I'm going to regret later. But
let's have a bit of a think here, because you're in an inn. So you're a bit away from the kind of, and the Oak King is not really the place. It's not like a kind of major she courtier's palace, really. This is a stand of trees in the middle of a forest, inhabited by forest creatures. It will take a bit of time if you wanted to rustle up clothing, fine clothing.
We can put an order in, handle our business with the king, and then get it on the way out. Try to maximize our time.
That might be possible. A quick chat with Connell or CNAG. Yeah, sure. That's an easy enough thing to kind of organise some clothes if you want that. Yep.
Ooh, yes. That. Didn't mean to do that.
We're under attack. We're being shot.
Is that because the name of your spell is called an explosion? So every time you press that button, it sounds like
it's Thunderwave. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's cool. Sure. An order is placed with CNAG, the small, what would you call him? Sparrow fairy, I guess, is that the tiny little birdkin. And as the four of you make your way down the rope ladders to the floor of the Oak King Circle and across the grove, you see in front of you the large dome of bracken is in place as the trees have protected the Oak King himself within that space. You see that there is a faint green light that's shimmering within. And you see the silhouettes of people coming to and fro. So when first Esmeralda left, the Oak King went after her conversation. The barrier was complete. Of course, the Rowan King had come through that barrier, and the trees had opened up somewhat. And it looks as though the trees are still open, allowing people to come to and fro. You see that I wouldn't call it. It's not a party-like atmosphere. The party was certainly last night after the victory over the Hags, but it's more like, kind of music festival in the early evening before the acts start, where people are going back and forth, chatting with each other as two courts start to merge. You see there is a lot more satyrs, there's a lot more centaurs that are kind of within the Rowan King. And as you emerge towards the large dome, you see a couple of familiar figures as you arrive. Caden, the hedgehog, is kind of one of the Oak King's servants, is kind of standing out the front, chatting with Dorian, who seems to be kind of talking almost quietly under his breath towards the small hedgehog. It's almost conspiratorial, as envoys would. Courtiers talk amongst themselves, trying not to have people overhear. As Dorian notices the four of you approach, he breaks off his discussion, and with a courtly kind of nod, Caden the hedgehog rolls into the dome, into this kind of faint light, as Dorian strides towards him.
Esmeralda will slept just fine. What was that about?
Oh, some preparations for the next step when I leave.
When we leave.
Yes. Perhaps there's been a slight complication. I'm sorry. I was unable to win the Rowan King's favor.
What happened? Why not?
I'm representative of the Court of Roses. His Imperial Majesty felt better suited with one of his own. Oiglas, the healer, will be accompanying me. I'm to act as his second.
Right. That's certainly a blow, but we'll make that work.
Perhaps.
And she'll kind of look at Dorian and, is that healer going to be able to make anything happen?
Oh, Oiglas is capable. More than capable.
Right, then. Excellent.
I'm not sure how well he'll respond to our plan, though.
I was going to say, if he wins, we still need him to delay the handoff. That's the whole point here. And have you talked to him about that at all, or?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They have discussed it. I cannot speak.
Right. Well, has the Oak King made his decision yet?
No. They are torn. It seems as though the Oak King has not spoken since the barrier went up. It's hard to ascertain who he would have represent him. Are you still keen to represent our family, our home?
Yes, unless you were looking to do it.
Oh, God, no. I will be unable to. Part of my role is I've sworn service to the Rowan King. I will need to accompany Oiglas on his journey.
Right.
I cannot stand on my own.
Yes, then I intend to do my best. Well, no matter. I will seek audience with the Oak King and offer Quinn as his champion.
Should I
Very well.
come with you to there, probably?
Yes, that's
Okay.
what needs to happen.
What? How do we introduce you? What is your title? He says to Quinn.
Title? Most people just. What'd you say?
I said it's vagabond, adventurer, explorer.
Esmeralda will look to
Bad
Quinn
boy with the
and,
heart of gold.
let's not do any of those options. Quinn, what about your family name?
Otono. Quinn Otono.
Tono. Mm-hmm.
I'm trained
And what does...
of a walker of Septenstar. The walkers, that's the hounds. That's where I trained. From a patron of Raywald in the kingdom. Does
your family have any power? Are you just a boy from the streets?
Well, we're upper middle, I suppose. I mean, my father, he advises a family in the courts.
Does
fading family.
Does he carry a title?
Damn, no, he doesn't really, does he?
Nope.
But I mean, you're from here, so what if you're like with some type of Fey nobility, really?
That would be incredible, but I don't know of any of that. I mean, just these persistent leaves that grow off of me when I'm not looking. That's the most I know about this plane.
You will deny your ancestry until you die. No.
Sure.
You are Quinn. What did you say the title was called?
Walker of Septenstar.
Septenstar.
Mm-hmm. The hounds.
Walker of Septenstar. Let's leave the hound part out.
No, it's generally derogatory towards what we do, but I appreciate it.
So you are Quinn, Walker of Seppenstar, and Warrior of the Material Plane.
The whole plane. Okay.
Also, he
That's
is.
a promotion.
I mean, maybe we should. He's a warrior of the material plane, but also like a lost son of the Feywilders too.
A returned one.
Yes.
Quinn, Walker of the Steppenstones, Warrior of Seppenstar.
I like stones better.
Please. No, Seppenstar is the proper title.
Okay.
7 stars. Warrior of the Material Plane, and returned one. There you go.
Bad boy with the heart of gold. Finn.
Material plane and return one.
Oh, and you know, like the Oak King is a tree, right? So if you could just like grow some plants on you like you usually do, that would probably be a big hit with him.
I will say, Quinn, letting your face side out a bit more during this conference. I know it makes you uncomfortable, but it might do some things in your favor.
Are we still at the inn?
We're the circle.
We're just outside the circle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some pixie juice. I can let my face side out.
Just breathe in and you feel the magic. You feel the essence. And let it out.
I throw some dirt on you.
Bizzle, that's not helping.
But we want plants to grow, right?
I can.
No,
I can do this.
You can do
but
this.
I can only do it once.
I believe in you.
So I need to do it in front of the king.
Okay. Makes sense. We'll have to wait till we catch his attention. Well, we have an idea of his attention. It's a little strange. You'll probably catch on very quickly. He's a giant tree, so.
Well, I mean, sure, that checks out with where we're at, so.
Right, okay. Do you have... Oh, when you address the Oak King, before speaking, you must bow. And a proper bow. Like you would before a liege lord.
I can do that, and I'll show her, because I've done it, because, families, it's probably not as gracious as whatever they do here, but it should be clean, and my father would make sure that I know how to do something similar, so.
It says militant. I think that's a good way to go for now. Okay, right. Manners, that's not, no snarky comments, no sarcasm, just...
I'll generally be quiet.
As you would talk.
Yeah, until spoken to.
Fantastic.
Maybe a gift of some fertilizer?
No.
I bring out a bag of shit.
Please put that away. Bispo.
But it's a tree!
Is Bispo coming in with us, or no?
No.
No.
I'm staying with Bispo on the outside.
A tree would love to have some shit. That's like a tree food, right?
No, that is not.
It is a being. It's not just a...
Okay, what does he eat though?
He does not need food. I'm bringing somebody who defended his realm
Sunshine and
from
water.
Bispo.
Right, don't take my bag of shit. I'll use it later. What I was going to use it for anyways.
We are also bringing a champion who defended his realm from the Shadow Fae. So, that's also a good point in our favor. All right. Well, let's...
So you're all ready? Doreen looks towards you, Quinn. His blue glaze as your eyes kind of almost piercing through you. I guess this will do. Good luck. Come, this way. And he walks within the bracken circle, this dome of oak trees. So the Oak King's Grove stands within a circle of large oaks, and of course after Esmeralda had let the Oak King know that they were under attack, the oaks have leaned towards each other, their branches intertwining into a large dome that lets in the faint moonlight through and lets the air through, but effectively making it a barrier of sorts. And as the three of you with Dorian walk into this dome, you see that it is glowing in a green pale, misty-like light. It's beautiful, and you get very much a smell of oak. You get that beautiful kind of ancient forest smell. Within the trees, you see that there are small lights, little fey lights that are flickering through here, almost like a fairy fire that just kind of lights and fades in and out. And around here, you see that there are a lot of courtiers, satyrs, small creatures. They are talking, they are chatting. In the center of the grove, protected by the oaks that have lent in around him, is an ancient oak tree. And unlike last time, where kind of face are deformed within the trunk, and it kind of spoke to Esmeralda, it looks very stead. It's just standing there, kind of solitary in the middle of this grove. Around it is some strange creatures. You see some walking bear folk, and very large centaurs, some significantly bigger ones than you've probably ever seen in your time, or even books. And sitting on its haunches at the base of the tree, you see an enormous centaur. It would be 25 to 30 feet high, with massive antlers that are covered in both moss and stripped back velvet, where over years it's kind of decayed. They hang in long strips off these antlers. The antlers themselves will be 10, 12 feet high. This centaur has a craggly, huge white beard. This is an ancient being. And it's kneeling down on its haunches so that others can talk. You see that there are other centaurs walking around. And Pyratos, the satyr herald of the Oak King, who had initially banished you from this court, is in the ear of the Oak King. Rowan King. Dorian stands up. My lords, I present Esmeralda Astrum, Princess, Court of Roses, and Quinn, warrior of the Septon Stars, warrior of the material plane, and returned one. Did I get that right?
Wonderful.
Esmeralda just nod. Yes.
Kratos whispers quietly in the Rowan King's ear, and in a heavy Sylvan, the Rowan King looks and pauses. The sister, your sister, yes, sister of Dorian Astrum.
Yes, Your Grace, and Esmeralda will curtsy upon being acknowledged. It is a pleasure to be in your presence.
Welcome. It seems we owe you gratitude. You had post warning to the Oak King, letting him know that he was in danger, protecting him before we could arrive.
I cannot take all of the credit for that. One of your subjects, Dunleavy, had also helped us get the warning out. It is with work through him that we were able to keep the Oak King and the Oaken Circle from falling.
Yes. He nods, and sure enough, you see Dunleavy a little bit further back in the crowd. It's kind of, he's tankard of mead, just as his name is brought up. It's kind of what would you ask of the Rowan King?
It is a request of the Oak King. If he has yet not chosen a champion for the Queen's Birch Fair, I would nominate Mr. Quinn here. He is of a viable warrior and would stand a chance. The Oak King and I spoke previously on the Shadowfae's influence, and this might be a way we can slow it, or at least give us time to figure out a plan.
I have started my champion, Oiglas, the healer.
Yes.
He gestures towards a large, I've got to say, pretty swole centaur. The guy is buff. You can see that his broad shoulders, he'd be 12 feet high, probably 3 feet wide. Calling him a healer, it's probably a little bit of a misnomer. You see that there is a massive longbow over the corner, and you see that there is tattooed woad all over his body. He's a good-looking, both horse and man, I guess, as a centaur, a pure pinnacle of. Sorry, Taylor. A pinnacle of centaur existence. He acknowledges. God,
Okay.
He acknowledges the reference.
My hands and Horace. What are you gonna say?
What you would stand against you? You would stand against my champion.
Not against him. This is not to put the Rowan Court or the Court of Roses to shame, but rather to lend us more power. We know that the Fair of the Birch Queen tends to tilt in the direction of the unseelie. By evening numbers with brave warriors, and she will gesture to his choice, such as your pick here, and like Quinn, we can guarantee a chance to perhaps win the Birch Queen's favor and put a pause on what's happening right now. And while we're there, we can figure out the Shadowfae's intentions and reveal them for what they are. We know that the Shadowfae seeks to destroy what we hold most dear. And I'm not sure how the Birch Queen, the River King, and the King of the Night Court has fallen under their influence, but it will not end well for them. We just need to take time to show that to them.
That it will. The River King betrayed me. The Shadowfae emerged from the river and took my guards by surprise. His meddling, his nefarious undermining of my true and faithful subjects. It was through him that the Shadowfae would strike at my court. We put our faith in Oiglas. He will win and take the Birch Queen's hand. And the price we seek is the River King's head.
Your Grace, that is understandable. Your anger is understandable. However, that is also playing into the Shadowfae's hands. They wish to destroy everything. I understand the River King has betrayed you, but killing him will not turn this tide. It will only make things worse and will put things beyond repair. We will make things right with the River King and make him do it by his own hands. But his head will not be enough.
You speak beyond your station, Princess. Our court will decide what we will do with the favor. The River King has turned his back on all of our kind. He no longer deserves a place within this realm.
The decision is yours, my Grace. Your Grace, I apologize for overspeaking. I have seen what the Shadow Fae is capable of in the material realm, and now here as well.
The willow stands burned. Our ancestral groves decay. You have been away for some time.
Yes.
This place is
Doing
very different.
I'm starting to learn that. But I've also learned things while in the material plane. I have learned things as we defeated the Hago Muerta. We have dealt a blow to the Shadow Fae for now. But I fear violence among our kin is only playing into their hands. The gift is, of course, yours to grant. However, at least allow the odds to be a bit more in your favor.
I cannot stop another court nominating. I fear you will not get much from the Old King. You remain silent. He has not spoken since we've arrived. Puritos walks out. Yes, indeed. He seems to have been quiet the whole time. Ever since you spoke to him. I was not present. What did you say?
I told him to hold firm, to no longer play by the rules. The Shadow Fae and the Unseelie have no longer done so. So, for the safety of our lands, our groves, our homes, I have asked him to hold out a little bit longer, and that I would find him aid. She turns to the Rowan King and curtsies again, and I beg your pardon, but my nomination for Quinn is not for your court, sir, and she'll turn her gaze to the Oak King, but the Oak King's champion.
Well, if this one, what do they call him? Septon Star?
Quinn. He is the walker of the Stephan Stars. He is a valiant warrior of the material plane, and he is a returned one. He is one of our own.
From where? Says Puritos, the satyr sage of the Oak King. He looks directly at Quinn.
Esmeralda.
Are you wearing robes of insignia of the mortal realms when you closed the Fae Gate? Who are you?
Esmeralda will nod to Quinn.
In
It is time.
perfect Sylvan, I will respond. I do not know where I'm from, Master Satyr. And I did not know I was returned until returning myself. But I do vow to represent the Oak King with honor and respect. And hopefully, along the way, find out more about who I am. And I guess with that, I will activate Detect Portal and like kind of let just like the training that I've done look out into all of the ley lines around me.
Yep.
And in that moment, hope to channel as much Fae energy as I can. Maybe even, tapping a ley line if I can. I'm assuming there's a massive one running through the circle here.
Yeah. You see the overwhelming Fae magic that is delivered right to this point of the Oak King, and as your vision shifts to draw in the ley energies, you see like capillaries and veins throughout the land. They draw directly in to the trunk of the Oak King, and you get that full sense of the true power of the Archfey of the King of Oak. This is extraordinary. You've never seen something radiate like this. And as you watch and your mind shifts out to the lines, you see them disappear beyond each horizon and almost as if you can travel your vision along them, you see a throne on a small hill surrounded by tents, marquees, a festivity, days from here. The throne on this green hillock bathing in fey light. You see waterfalls, dozens of them, cascading down on top of each other in a palace of white. At the foot of the palace is entirely swirling with turgid water, roiling water of a far-off cascaded pool. You see the city of Raywald, its gleaming towers and gardens, as the hedge mazes within the large gardens of the royal courts glow with a green energy. And you see a pool by a watermill, and a large millstone lying beneath the waters. A millstone that glows green. As you trace back the 4 compass points of the ley lines to various places within this realm, you watch as the Oak King appears within the bark of the tree. Everyone goes silent within the space. Just a faint bird call through the trees. Why am I disturbed?
I bow. Is Paratos making any moves?
Nope. Everyone's watching you. And from the outsider's perspective, from Esmeralda, you watch as Quinn starts to glow. The heavy yellows and golds and aubens that start to fire up his eyes as he looks, start to radiate out from him. You see his skin takes on a translucency where the literal power, the colours of autumn start to radiate around, and throughout the entirety of the grove, a strange dappled sun starts to break through the shafts as this she stands in front of the oak. Everyone's watching.
Your Grace, in Sylvan, I have come to request to represent you in your court in the Birch Queen's contest, in hopes of restoring balance.
You will serve the grove.
Yes, Your Grace.
You will take my token willingly.
Yes, Your Grace.
You will defend, fight for the circle of oak.
Even more so than I already have, Your Grace.
Join me as you watch with your Fey visions, watching the ley energy, you see that the power of the Oak King starts to radiate out. This golden glow that starts to move out towards you. Only you see this. As you get a sense of the enormity of an archfey. You see its true form, this venerable creature as old as time, as it moves out in which to kind of grasp you, to embrace you, to encompass you. Do you accept it?
It's a little more than I thought, but yeah, we're in it. This is what needs to happen.
Esmeralda, you watch as Quinn stands almost exultantly. You watch him raise his arms, palms out, as the energy takes hold from the Oak King. You can't see this. You just watch him kind of look up. And as you do, you see his eyes glowing again, this orange, this red. You see his hair start to change color, brighter, reddish orange hues. And his clothes change. You see that where they were once leathers stitched together, they now look like oak leaves, autumnal oak leaves stitched together in a way that it looks beautiful. It's radiant, kind of still functional, but the cloak and what was leather now looks like melded together oak leaves. As the light fades in your eyes, you look around and you are glowing again. Your appearance has changed. And Pyrrhitos the satyr. And it is agreed. Quinn, Walker of Septon Stars, is the champion of the Circle of Oak. He pulls from his pocket a small ring. It's gold, tied together with green, almost a leaf-like, vine-like, that holds together a large black sapphire. The Oak King's favor. And hands over the ring of the Grove's Guardian. Thank you, Cobalt Press and Volta Magic. It's also a freaking awesome ring.
Yeah, I'll of course walk and take it and put it on.
It is agreed then. Quinoltono will represent the Oak King's court. Vie for the favor of the Birch Queen. Quinn, who do you nominate as your second?
Son of a bitch. I mean, none other than.
Just an aside, hold on. James, when it closed up, I wanted to say, I don't know if it's possible now. I don't want to, interrupt anybody, but I wanted to, Bismo was so curious, he would have had Godwin kind of like go up above and then be spying on the whole thing. So right when you hear like who wants to be your second, you hear like a squeeing, a weird lizard like squeeing from beyond the oak that pierces across.
And you'll see Esmeralda quietly close her eyes.
There could be no other. I mean, so seriously, Quinn might smirk as he thinks to himself, a master satyr. There is a young kobold who has much to learn, And with your permission, I would like to, and of course with Esmeralda's help, since I am still new, teach him and nominate him as my second.
It is the champion's choice. Of course. Bring forth the
I'll look up at Godwin.
kobold.
If you know he's there, you can just hear with Tismay. I've been like holding on to Tismay, like saying what's happening, and I'm like, "Oh shit, they want me!" So I like undo the thing. I'm like, "How do I look? Do I have anything on my face?" You look and there's like oil stains,
Yeah,
and,
and shit all over.
dust and some poop. Yeah.
Just wipe it off quickly. Just like take the corner of your shirt.
You see, Godwin comes down and starts starts to he's like very. So what I'm looking for, not like he's like a mother hen, like that's.
Yeah.
He tries to,
tidying the hair.
Clip some extra yarn that's out. Okay, Tismay, they're coming for me. What do I do? What do I say?
Not much, probably. Just follow Esmeralda or Quinn's lead.
You think they want the shit?
No, absolutely.
Are you sure?
She'll just take it.
Are you sure?
If she doesn't make it, she'll just take it out of his hand. Yeah.
I got it out of the bag.
I should have
Are you
nominated
sure they don't
Take
want the
that
shit?
one too. I don't care.
the dryad that helped us take down the walking spider. That's who I should have nominated. What was his name? Theodore? What was his name?
Von Broke.
Too late now, motherfucker. Yeah, I should be Alphonse. Okay. All right, I got this. I will walk up to the entrance.
What? Iritos. Piritos looks very. How do I address you?
Oh, he comes up to me. Oh, okay. So I walk in now.
Totally.
Yeah,
This
you're there.
is the centaur.
You start to walk
The
too far.
This is the
satyr,
satyr.
the old satyr that you
Did
swore
you
at
say
in
her?
silver.
Stout.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the same satyr that I saw
Yes.
before.
Yes.
So this time I bow,
Oh boy.
kind of, and I say, "Apologies, great satyr. Last time, I am in the material plane. We kind of, we say things like that to like be chummy.
Wrap it up.
So I did not know your ways. I apologize.
You'll see Esmeralda just
satyr, and this
giving
is
him
in
a
Sylvan.
wide-eyed look.
Your forgiveness is evidence of your deep wisdom. I am just a humble, you may call me Bisbo, the Hammer Thorn. I am a PI of the material plane, sent here to thwart the evil machinations of the Shadow Fae.
That's it. Wrap it up.
Brother,
Recognize.
too. That's bad boy. What?
Wait,
Nope.
The Oak King Circle recognize Bispo, the Hammer Thorn,
Mm-hmm.
PI of the material plane.
PI of the material plane, as
Yeah.
champion second of the Oak King.
Even Esmeralda looks in pain.
That very much hurt saying that.
We are honored.
Are you hungry? I got some.
We are
I got
honored.
some
We
meat
were
spray.
honored.
No.
I'm gonna whisper to Esmeralda, get us out of here.
The court
Esmeralda.
wishes the champion every success. Fate of the Grove is in your hands. The Oak King speaks to you, Quinn. All is at risk. Trust nothing. The magic Ebbs here.
Of course, Your Grace.
In all places.
It's hard to tell when he's done. Yes, Your Grace.
Do
Oh, he's got.
Nope. No, he wasn't done.
not trust the river.
Not falling for it this time.
It changes the path of all. With a creak, the bark grows immobile once more.
Okay, I think he's done now.
You never know. Just hold out for one more second.
His face is
There
gone.
is nothing.
Okay.
It is quiet.
It's just a tree now.
Esmeralda, let's get out of here.
Esmeralda will nod. She will turn to those of the Oak King circle and again curtsy. And as a show of friendship and fealty, I vow to guide Quinn and Bisbo both in the ways of our land and what is expected of them. We both will represent us, our courts protected, our own courts, but we will also, as a team, represent the Summer Court in general. The Sidhe that have been affected by the Fae, those who have lost their homes, and those who have lost loved ones, can lay their hopes on us.
Because we haven't had a dice roll, let's do it. You can have a persuasion or a performance roll. Esmeralda, let's see how you sway the court.
Why do I have to do this? Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up.
I mean,
what have I
Better
got?
you than the rest of us.
This is what you made your character for. The rest of us did not.
I mean, that is true. True. I got a persuasion. We'll do persuasion. Okay. Come on. Let's go. Yes! Yes! Finally!
Wrap up the session, folks. We'll see you next Monday. Thanks for watching.
7 hours of roleplay later, and it's a natural 20. There
Oh.
is a cheer that radiates out from the dome, a cheer of hope and a cheer of light, a cheer of resistance against the forces of shadow. And as you stand, as the applause reigns and the cheer continues, you hear the sounds of birds, the owls, mirroring the cacophony of exaltation, of hope that radiates through the Oak King's circle. Even Pyrrhitos, the skeptical satyr, starts to clap. The Rowan King bows with acknowledgement at Esmeralda Astrum. And for Quinn, you get a sense of belonging here. This feels good. This feels right. That fish out of water feeling you had in the entire time where the army is gone. This feels like home.
In the distance where there's a buried badge from the material plane.
Yep.
A tiny little like oak stem, like just kind of like pops out of the ground and just kind of like sits there like in the distance, right? And just a tiny little green stem.
Very lovely. Dorian Astrum moves his way through the crowd as the applause continues. Impressive, sister. Very impressive.
Esmeralda will smile, and I think you may have forgotten about what I'm capable of in the time I've been gone. But she will turn to Quinn and just, you Where brilliant! Why didn't you tell me you spoke Sylvan? That was perfect. I couldn't have thought of anything better. Look at you. You look amazing. How do you feel?
Hungry.
I got you, brother.
Nope.
Meat spray.
Esmeralda will just... Quinn, that was perfect. From start to finish. I could have not hoped for any... I don't think I could have imagined anything better. Oh, that was wonderful. You were wonderful. That... Wow. I'm so sad the others didn't see this.
Oh, I thought. What actually happened? You like went and looked at the tree and then glowing, and then you had this leaf dress.
Well, I think he
What happened?
bit off a little more than I expected, but I've pledged an oath to the Oak King. So I should probably figure out what that entails.
Did you ask him what he eats?
He is very tired, but the next time he and I have a chit chat, I will work that in and let you know. I'm gonna guess it's nothing that's in that little container.
You think the satyr knows?
You know, let's
not bother Pietros.
Let's regroup. Is Tismay here, or is she still waiting outside?
No, I'm still outside.
Let's get to let's get to Tismay and let's figure out what's next. We one obstacle down, I suppose, but we've got, it sounds like a party traveling now to the Birch Queen's fair, and our competition will be stiff, no pun intended, and I point to the centaur who's like completely ripped and muscular.
He is an impressive specimen.
He's a good-looking guy.
I don't see it.
Decided
Whatever.
that we will. Oiglass has decided we will forego any comforts. Part of his trials will be to temper our bodies in the forest with rain and the elements.
You mean like
Esmeralda
walking?
winces and, oh, brother, dear, oh no, that is...
Yes. Hardly the festive mood that I was hoping for. We will see you at the fair, though.
I will see you at the fair. Take care of yourself and watch over your champion.
And you? You will declare at the fair?
Declare. Yes.
Are you still planning on going through this?
Of course. Just your probability. More of us, better chances. And more time for me to work on my shot.
I have a very important question. Does your second participate in this fair in the slightest?
It's more to attend you, make sure that you're prepared and have everything required.
Okay.
You will both be presented to the Birch Queen.
Okay.
So are you not coming with us?
Dorian, unfortunately, does not get to come with us. His champion has chosen to leave right away and put him through his paces on his journey. And she'll turn to her brother with a sympathetic look and hopefully you'll get a chance to rest when you reach it. You know, you and the elements don't exactly mix.
Yes, it's not. It's not, but thank you. And he hands you a ring. The ring is carved with it's a golden ring that's carved with a motif of a face.
God.
He holds one up himself and says, just in case I'm needed. He hands over one of these, and you see it has a matching ring, very similar. These are glamour rings. While wearing a ring, you can use an action to swap your appearance with the other.
Okay.
I'm not sure why you would use that, but at some random point, you may end up looking like Dorian because he's activated his. So
Esmeralda will stop and, just to be clear, brother, you are not to use this for any purpose that I would be would not do myself.
Of course
to be clear.
not. And you the same, right?
Yes, I promise not to turn into your likeness and flirt with every pixie that I see.
Just in case.
Just
It
in
may
case.
come in use. So I'll add glamour rings to Esmeralda, and for Quinn, just to let you know, the Ring of the Grove Guardians, just to dump the stats at you,
Plus 10 AC.
gives you advantage to wisdom,
Ooh.
perception checks. You can use an action to draw upon the vitality of the ring to get 2d10 hit points.
Like that.
Once per dawn. And your armor has now become an armor of the leaf. It always has a forest or leaf motif. It gives you advantage on strength, athletics checks, and stealth checks while in a forest. You can use an action to transform the armor into a cloud of leaves, and I'll let you read about how that looks and what that does. They're both in your inventory now. The Ring of the Grove's Guardian and a set of armor of the leaf.
Very exciting.
When are we all leaving?
As soon as possible, right?
Soon.
We should leave. We should leave as soon as we can, yes.
Do we need any last minute supplies?
Aren't you having a makeover?
Well, I think
Esmeralda will point. I don't know if we're outside of Tismay, but it is very apparent Quinn had a makeover in there.
Fabulous. Do I need clothes now, Esmeralda? Will these suffice, you think?
These would be good. However, it would be nice to have a backup option just in case.
Okay.
So I think that was a wise move, asking your pixie friend to find something for you.
So, when you return, there are sets of fine clothes for all. They will cost, though.
How much?
They are 11 gold each.
Let's see what I got.
God damn.
So are we still just waiting around outside, or do we like?
It's up to you. This was within the grove. I'm assuming if you're going back to grab the clothes, you're heading back to the bracken bough. Up to you. Whatever you'd like.
I wanted to talk to Dorian for a little bit.
Sure. Can do.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's see what happens. Okay.
You go. I had to talk to Dorian. Dorian.
Yes, Bisbal.
I know you're vested in the magical wizardry arts. I have this book from Chivasa, and I've been learning Sylvan, but I've not still managed to learn enough. I don't know if you could help me quickly just transcribe these into common. I mean, you just see what I'm missing. I've done like half some of these spells.
Sorry, refresh my memory. What am I looking at here?
In the Book of Shadow.
Yes.
Hold on. In the Book of Fey Magics, there was 4 rituals. Unseen Shadows.
Fey courts and their effects on magic. Yeah.
Yeah, illusionary script, divination,
and contact other plane. Yeah. And summon Shadow Servant. Yeah, sure.
I imagine I've done some work on it.
He quite excitedly looks at it. This is incredible. And he notices that kind of in the margins, you've scrawled almost like scientific formula, I guess, and, little diagrammatical stuff, because you try and translate this out of ancient Sylvan magics into your thoughts, I guess, on how you would translate these spells. So you've got the level to do Unseen Servant and Illusionary Script. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. We can add them.
Oh,
Yours.
sweet. Okay. How do I add?
I'm onto it.
Okay. And do I have a separate ritual? I do, right? Oh, my ritual caster. Yeah. Basically, it kind of reminds me of it's like if someone, I remember there was a movie about Mongolian throat singers and this blind guy who went there and learned it from San Francisco.
Yeah.
And he taught himself how to basically he had English to Russian tapes, and then from that he did Russian to Mongolian. So I kind of feel like it's the same kind of thing where I'm taking I'm just doing Sylvan to Common, and then I'm using the common spells to then transcribe that into what I'm doing. So it's it's a double step process for Bispo.
Sure. As long as you is it Tuvinian? Tuvalunian? Throat singers you go.
Yeah, exactly. The Tuvian throat singers.
Tuvian, that's it.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. It's called Genghis Blues or Genghis Blues.
Oh yeah. I've heard of this. Yeah.
He was like a big musician in San Francisco, and it's an awesome documentary. But
we digress. Sure.
Yeah.
So now you have those spells in your ritual cast.
Sweet.
Congratulations. Nice work. All right. Any other preparation before we head off?
Can I take a peeky boo in his book?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I could have told you that.
In fact, you haven't even seen it on him. So he helps with yours, but he's not. You haven't seen him kind of peruse his book at all yet. Yeah, nice try. Fine clothes are procured. Is everyone grabbing a set?
Yeah, I paid.
Do we all need fancy clothes?
Yeah, fancy clothes. What's wrong with what I'm wearing?
These are tailored for where we're going. So, I mean, even we should try to look the part as best as possible when we get to the Birch Queen's Fair.
Yeah. She'll turn to Tisme, and it's completely optional for you. And she'll turn to Bisbo, and Bisbo, you are a second to the champion. You are representing the Oak King. You know what? I will gift these to you. These will be yours as a thank you for the bracelet.
But
and
this is my suit. Godwin made it. And then you look over and Godwin is looking at you with it's a metallic face, but somehow with his eyes, he looks completely betrayed.
Oh no, Godwin! And Ezreal will pick up Godwin, and this is just for him to look. I know. I'm so sorry. I know, but maybe this is a good time. This would be a good time for you to study Fey fashions, and you can make more like this for Bisbo. What do you think?
Persuade Godwin.
Talk to the puppet.
Am I gonna have to roll persuasion to persuade Godwin to not be mad at me about this? Godwin, aren't you excited?
He makes
to have
unintelligible
new clothes to study?
beeps and clicks.
It's only
and then we'll just
temporary.
fuss
It's only
about
temporary, Bisbo. Yeah. It's only
he'll fuss about.
Esmeralda will just look at Bisbo and is he still angry with me?
I don't know.
You're familiar.
No, it's fine. He's just saying how he could fit it better to us, bring in the inseam, stuff like that.
Well, we would need that done. This is just general. I'm sure there's going to be much tailoring for you to do, and I will need you to pay special attention to Bisbo. How about that, Edwin?
He makes a mew, and then a little bit of confetti comes out, and he.
We go.
Right.
I love the idea of kind of pantaloons and puffy sleeves and a large kind of beret with a big feather kind of vibe. I think this will.
I'll be reaching out to Darshan to see if I can get kobold version, a Bisbo version of the Fae fine clothes.
It dirties so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Esmeralda will just. Well, you can wear your current clothes now while we travel, and we will change into this when we get closer to the fair. Does that sound a bit more comfortable for you?
Yes, we just waited for the event, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Well, Tismay, it is completely up to you if you want to purchase the clothes or not. You will look fine in any such way.
I mean, if the goal is for me to like blend in and talk to people, is it better to blend in with fancier clothes or?
Sorry.
Well, what just happened?
Sarastra said buy the shirt.
Jeez.
Sarastra.
Like someone just speaking parcel tongue all of a sudden. I have no idea. I'll buy them to have them as an option, in case, I don't know.
Wonderful.
How much was it again? 11?
11 gold. Fine clothes procured. We can do the full total dress up designs later if you want, Taylor. We can.
Oh, I've got what this thing looks like when she represents the Court of Roses.
Hell yeah.
I have been stalking a couple of Hokature's Instagrams to get the inspo.
Fantastic. I'd love a reunion where you guys all dress up. Bisbo and his. That'd be great. And so it is. Clothes
Bisbo.
procured, supplies
Yes.
made, and you guys grab all your equipment from the Bracken Bow. And the reception when you return to the inn is very different than that you arrived. Everyone is a Twitter. The entire grove is alive with chat. The impression you're getting is that the Oak King hasn't had a champion for a long time. Damn dog, sorry guys. Hang on a sec.
The dogs are just yelling.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. The dog also is very impressed by Quinn's ascension
I have that effect almost.
That was amazing. Also, Bisbo, this is now your full permission to be full steampunk gentleman.
Okay.
Is that's the Feywild?
He's already kind of, yeah. Full steampunk. Like we just arrived in Portland. Got it. Okay. Do I have a top hat then?
You can have a top hat and you can look fancy and fly AF.
I'll put some
as
goggles
long
on the
as
top
it's
hat.
velvet.
I put some goggles on the top hat just to make it my own.
That's actually cute. I like that idea.
All right.
All right.
I'm sorry, what was I saying? So yes, the reception is very different as you return to the Bracken Bow. A lot of the owls that are up are hooting as you arrive. The hedgehogs within the roll out to greet you, and there's an applause as you arrive up the ladders towards you. In particular, the pixies seem to be going nuts. These small creatures just flit around Bisbo all over the place. Bisbo, of course, has bought the bar for the last 2 nights at the Pixie Bar with little slivers of silver, and it's almost like a hero's homecoming alone. Drink after drink in tiny little thimble sizes are kind of flown out towards you, Bisbo, as you arrive and the packing and departure is very difficult because you're constantly being interrupted by pixies that come in from every window as you try and pack up your gear.
Esmeralda, when she sees this, will just smile warmly at Bisbo and see, I told you would do well in the Feywild. Look at you, you're so popular. They love you.
So to get people to like you just have to spend money on them. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but also you're the two of you are the first champion the Oak King had, and whoa, very, very long time. They're excited. You're representing them in the fair. It's a big deal.
Puff up.
Two lone wolves together.
You're not lone anymore.
It's a tree.
You have found a pack within the circle of oak.
Two lone wolves protecting their grove, I think, as well.
Okay. Yes. So we should be building a high wall around it. A wall of stone. And metal.
Esmeralda will give him a smile and it's just a look of pride at the two of them and how great they did. They are going to tell that story for centuries to come. There will be little children playing at being Quinn and trying to impress the Oak King in a few decades' time.
Well, let's reel it back in. That was the easy part. The hard part is getting to this fair, winning, subverting this disastrous handoff of whatever happens between the summer and the winter. Then they.
And if you thought that was easy, then I have way more faith in your ability now. That's not an easy task to get the Oak King to choose a champion. That was something.
Well, he seems a bit desperate. In his final words to me, he mentioned, "Do not trust the river. Do not trust anyone." There's, even in a place of chaos and disruption, there seems to be something disrupting that, so... We've got work to do.
I guess I'll just be proud for you then. It was a big deal. Esmeralda goes back to packing.
So it takes some time to pack up, an hour or so, to get all your things together. So it is very much in the middle of the night. If you wish to depart now, it would be coming on to midnight. If you want to start to head on out into the night gloom of the Feywild and venture out towards the Birch Queen.
Esmeralda will say, I think we should leave now, keep traveling, and then we'll rest at dusk. Does that sound a bit too arduous?
We're rested. I mean, more or less.
Yes, and we may have to travel a little bit more, but just so we're back on a normal light cycle. So the first day might be a little difficult, but I have faith.
Do you have more accurate directions this time?
Esmeralda, you'll see her just blush pink, and she'll,
That's
yes,
That's a no.
I will. Rude. I will figure it out. And this is my home, and I can remember where the Birch Queen likes to keep her camp and fair. Hopefully.
You can remember, or you do remember? Okay, we need to get the map from someone.
I'll ask Peritos.
Okay.
Esmeralda, would you like to activate your star-charmed necklace and then make a survival roll?
Yes. How do I think the Star Charm's already activated because it's in the Feywilds, correct?
Yeah, but just press the button for me on Fantasy Ground, so I've got it working. And then just roll survival.
Okay. Let me do this real quick. It's under inventory.
Under actions. Actions has
actions?
the button. Yep. Under items in your actions.
There we go. Boop, boop. Okay.
Thank you. And then roll your survival roll. See? No problem. 17. You look to the east. And for Quinn, it's unnerving. This is the same direction as the throne by the hill along the ley line. And Esmeralda, twiddling the the necklace that was given to her by her friend when she first left the Feywild.
Thanks, Dimity.
Looks directly, it's not quite east, it's northeast from here, but you can sense that she's onto the right path. If that is the Birch Queen's Fair, the throne on the hill by the marquees and tents is the location, she's in the right direction.
All right. Well, shall we?
Let's shall.
With that, our 4 adventurers hoist their swags, hoist their backpacks, and head into the night, out of the Oak King's Circle. The nighttime in the Feywild is a place of dark shadows, faint glowing green, as the 4 of you move through the forest. Oh, that would be
A centaur runs
we
by.
don't need to.
Oh, James, Bisbo left a little present behind for the Old King. Just
Oh, yes.
Oh.
The
no.
bag
yes, the bag of fertilizer, which just says "To the Old King"
from Bisbo.
Why?
from Bisbo.
In a brown paper bag.
No, it's a sack. It's a sack.
A sack of shit.
It's fertilizer.
Wow.
It's fertilizer.
We take one step out, my
It's
ring
not
falls
just-
off, and my armor just dissipates.
It's not just turds. It's like I made fertilizer. Okay. For explosives, but I feel like the tree can also eat it, so it's fine.
Very good. All right. So you travel through the evening, the darkened shadows and the sounds of bird life, and eventually you hear the sounds of the Oak King Circle, and the revelry and the party starts to fade from your hearing. It is strange. Before, when you initially went out into the Feywild, it seemed more threatening. You know, you had the strange creatures being tormented in fires. There were leaf-like creatures being blown up by the wind. Tonight, it feels safer. It feels more familiar. And Quinn, this is probably the closest to relaxed you might have felt in the Feywild since you've arrived. I mean, it's been a challenging place for you, I guess, since you've emerged. And you find yourself walking through the night until the first rays of dawn start to pick up. Dawn here bathes the place in that surreal bluish gloam of pre-dawn first, and strange kind of mist that swirls in from everywhere. As you walk, continuing on, go for it. Yep.
Sorry, I thought we were only going to walk like a couple hours or something and then rest.
Oh, I thought you were walking through till dusk.
Oh, you wanted to walk all the way through the night, through the day to
Through the
dusk.
next day?
So that's all. I'd heard Taylor say we're going through to dusk. Is that no, or did you mean dawn?
Yeah, as she would say till dusk, and that's when she said, like, yeah, the first day is gonna be the longest because we want to use as much light as
okay.
possible. Yeah. So it's gonna be a long fucking day, but that's gonna set us back on a normal light pattern.
Yeah, work hard. Sure. And so it is just after dawn, in the very early morning light, that you hear the sound of a trickling stream ahead. It seems like a long distance. You get a sense that there's a creek or a stream beyond. Emerging through a glade of autumnal trees and shrubs, you find yourself gazing upon a ravine, 50 or 60 feet deep, with a trickling stream at the bottom of it. It seems to be cascading through the forest. Everywhere is dappled with autumnal light coming through the trees. You see that there is pine needles on the ground, pebbles and rocks all over the place. But the way is blocked by a large ravine, 50 feet deep, and a small creek at the bottom. Pardon me.
How far across?
It would be a good 30 or 40, maybe 50 at the furthest.
Mm-hmm.
60 feet.
Not a big fan of the water right now, especially after
No,
the
not from.
Rowan King said that he was ambushed from the water.
Right.
The looking left and right, you see ahead a large log, 65, 70 feet in length, straddles a section of the ravine, maybe 100 yards up on the left-hand side as you've emerged a bit further up in the way.
It spans the ravine, or it's just kind of leaning over it?
Spans. Oh, yeah. What's the difference between leaning over and spans?
Spanning, like it goes all the way up to the other side.
All the way over to the other side. It looks
Okay.
like a hollow log from here.
That seems. Is it the bridge? That's how you guys do bridges here? It's just logs?
Well, I mean, yes, we do have bridges, but it's like the woods in your area. Sometimes we make bridges out of what's available, so it's very possible that that log is used for crossing the ravine.
Can I go over and check out this log?
Sure. You walk further up the ravine and you see that this is a charred log. And you can see the large tree stump from nearby where this has fallen across the ravine. It's bathed in greens and oranges. And you can see that there's moss here that's grown over the top of the log.
I'm not a fan of moss either.
Yeah.
Moss and water. Neither of those things work well for me.
That's like that's like most of the forest.
The log would be a good 5 feet wide at the narrowest, maybe 10 feet in the sturdiest. And you see that there is this large trunk that's next door to it is charred black, as if burnt by fire.
Does this look like it was burned as a way of felling the tree? Like was it controlled burn or?
Make a nature check.
Okay. Can I use my do I get like do we do what are the what's that book? The artisan tool like advantages or whatever?
Yep, you can. Press your little button. What is it? Let's see.
I have woodworking tools. Does that give me advantage for like?
You can add your mind acceleratron. That's all you need, isn't it?
Oh, okay. No, I was talking about the tool stuff, but okay.
Just make a nature check. Okay. add your button if you want to.
Yeah, I will. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Under your cantrips. Yeah. There you go.
Nice roll.
Lightning strike.
Oh. And okay, so I think it's natural. It's not fell naturally.
Yep. In fact, as you look at the charred parts of it, you are surprised as the trunk moves slightly. Large, hulking, wooden, blackened creature kind of emerges. The trunk itself seems alive. With a boof, boof. Two large protruding arms come out of the blackened trunk. Can I get everyone to make perception rolls for me?
You say maybe it's like a fairy, like to take us across.
You're like a tree guy now.
Yeah, this is my thing. Does it automatically give me the advantage? You think?
Sorry?
It will automatically give
yes, you have advantage. You have advantage. Can you manually click advantage? I haven't done the buttons yet for for these new spells. Yeah.
That's fine.
Or just roll twice.
Okay, let me unclick it now. Perception. 20.
I was like, my 17 is good.
It has glowing blue like ozone-like eyes as this creature extends out. And with a guttural Sylvan, which Bisbo, I guess, kind of knows. The bridge is closed, says a large, blackened, charred tree ant. For Esmeralda and Quinn, what you see is the moss on the tree trunk start to move. You see that what you thought was moss is rapidly opening and closing butterfly wings. And as the tree starts to speak, these butterflies emerge out of the tree trunk into large cloud-like swarms, start to swirl around the ravine and edge closer and closer to you. For Esmeralda with a 25, you see that the vast majority of butterflies on this tree trunk still stay on the log,
Mm-hmm.
but you get a faint vision of a shadow, of a shadowy creature, a shadowy humanoid balanced on that log, its arms outstretched as the butterflies start to swirl around it.
Esmeralda,
Yes.
is this normal?
No. And Esmeralda's eyes are like snapped to the figure that she's seeing being hidden by the swirls of butterflies.
Yep.
There's someone up there, Quinn. He or she is hidden, but I see them.
Okay. Can we reason with this treant?
Esmeralda will give a quiet nod and let me see if it is up to reason. If not, we may have a little fight in our hands. Esmeralda will step forward and, mighty Ent, if the ravine is closed, in which direction would you have us turn?
I cannot. Path to the Birchweed's Fair is shut.
You just said the Birch Queen's Fair is shut?
The path to the Birchweed's Fair is shut, I said. Sorry. It's a lozenge.
Because of meat spray.
Esmeralda will pause and... Now that doesn't seem correct. You would deny...
Butterflies, clouds of butterflies start to swarm a little more across the log, probably almost at your side of the ravine.
Mm-hmm. Esmeralda will look to Quinn and say, I'm going to get a bit ballsy here, sorry. And she's going to look to the Ent and, now is that you speaking, Sir Ent, or the creature that stands atop of you?
You watch as the creature, its hands raised, starts to spin, and the butterflies form around it, giving the shadow itself form as the swarm of butterflies kind of rises above the tree trunk. Mm-hmm. And you see them just start to fly out from it, heading out towards Esmeralda. I'll get everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, ballsy it was.
Yeah.
Flutterbridge.
Flutterbridge, such a pretty name for death.
Sorry.
Oh.
hold on just a second.
Probably a little heavy. Sorry.
Let me just turn that down, everyone.
Hang on a minute.
There we go.
I'll see if we can find a different one.
Sorry, my thing is.
There we go.
Ooh, pretty.
Not so combat-y.
You never know where initiative is on this.
It's in the main page. I'll be right back. Ooh, fluttery.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Those are good. Death butterfly swarm. That
Death butterfly swarm.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Cobalt Press, with your weird ass shit. It's so good.
Okay, if we get out of this alive, that's our band name. And if you could roll for Godwin.
I can. Godwin on this case rolls a mighty 9. So we'll go just before you. So we've got a 6 for Bisbo, 10 for Esmeralda, 17 for Quinn.
Restrained?
Who's restrained?
I am.
Are you? God,
I'm still
how long
stuck
was
in the
that?
spider's mouth. I never
All
left.
this time.
That's that. So let's just quickly. You've got your enhanced arcane focus. I've got Esmeralda with braces of archery still on. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Turning weapon and thrown weapon fighting on that. That looks like about it. So as we begin, the swarms move out. And I'm going to say one of the swarms immediately gathers around Esmeralda, descending on her. These death butterflies, inhabiting the same space as you, and goes to bite you. So it's a bite against every target in its space. It's not quite. In space, the speed reduced by half. Can I get you to make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay, whenever my character sheet wants to pop on up.
As it strikes you with its wings, it bites. These death butterflies bite you all over, doing a grand total of 13 points of damage from bites from the swarm. And you fail the death save, so you are now blinded by the butterflies. Sorry.
Great.
It's a good start, isn't it?
Fantastic.
As the butterflies descend on Bisbo and Kismane.
Esmeralda, is this... Are they friendly?
You just see Esmeralda getting bombarded and she's not responding.
They both
You didn't
both
say the
of you.
code word. You didn't say the code word.
Kismane is missed and Bisbo is missed, but I need you both to make dexterity saving throws. They don't hurt you, but you may still be blinded. I just want to see if that happens. No problem. Kismane, nope, you managed to roll out of the way easily. Bisbo does not.
I'm like, what's the... Say the code word!
So with that, Bisbo's blinded. And Quinn, it's your turn. The swarms have descended on your friends. They are both blinded by they're blinded by the scurrying of these insects, and you hear Esmeralda scream from the sounds of from being bitten by these butterflies. Death by butterfly. You better believe it.
Okay. Sorry, let me just take a look at the map here. Any insight into the creature that's controlling them? Is it this unidentified creature on the log?
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
Bisbo's gone. Right? Who's gone so far?
No one.
The order.
They won the initiative. So
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't have much that does area of effects. I have one thing that I just got. What's our treant friend doing? Has he done anything?
hasn't had a chance to react yet.
Okay. Sorry, you two are better at this than I am, I think, unfortunately. Damn, I don't know how I'm gonna get through these things. Did they hurt you badly?
Yeah, not well.
Yeah, 13. Oh my god, Esmeralda, I'm always just face stepping you out of nonsense all the time.
You can let me face step on my own. I have spells. You focus on something else. I'm fine. I'm not a princess that needs saving.
Fair enough.
Fine.
Fair enough. I'll save you instead then. I'm just kidding.
That's actually not a bad call.
I'm fine.
Sorry, guys. Okay, processing. What's this little thing? Oh, that's Godwin. I was like, what the hell is that thing behind me? That's what I'll do. So I want to barrel through the butterflies swarm that is affecting Tismay and Bisbo.
That's fine. Yep, you can skirt around it. That's okay.
I want to go through it. I want to kind of. I don't want to skirt around it. So
So in which case, you kind of have to stop when you hit it, because you'll need to make a dexterity saving throw or be blinded as you fight your way into the swarm.
Well, it's not quite what I had in mind.
Yeah. What are you thinking? Tell me what you think.
I wanted to pull the reaction. That's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to bait the reaction so that then Tismay and Bisbo could step out of the swarm if they needed to.
That's cool. So all you need to do that then is just skirt around it and then out. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
That's what I want to do. So if they have a reaction that they're going to take, then let them do it. But that's not
and they will do that. Okay. Yep. So you still need to make a dexterity saving throw, because they're on the bite attack. It has a chance of blinding you. That's a 1, so immediately misses you.
Okay. And then
make a dex save. No problem. That's fine. You're not blinded. You skirt out the other side. Okay. So all good. Baited the reaction, moved around, not blind.
And then, what's I don't remember how to draw. I just learned boundary. So, God, I'm trying to figure out how to remember how to do this. What's my distance to the unidentified creature?
You are currently 40 feet away.
I will... Jesus. Gonna burn all of these just to do all the things. We'll use a level.
I've already got returning weapon and thrown weapon fighting on you.
Okay. Then I will use. Let's do some damage. I guess. I'll use a level 2 spell, Heart Strike.
Yep.
Which gives me advantage on all my attacks this turn.
Very good.
And ignores half cover and 3 cover. And 3/4 cover. Okay, and then I'll throw.
So click the heart strike button for me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot how to game. Oh my gosh.
And that's on your actions page.
Got it.
Yep.
And then the advantage should be automatic, right? Or do I need to click it each time?
Except the trick is you're at disadvantage because of range, so that will cancel each other out. All right, so I'll get rid of the heart strike just to make it easier.
Okay.
And then that way you don't have to click disadvantage on top of your advantage. Just make your attack rolls. So 2 attack rolls, won't have disadvantage, won't have advantage. You're all good. First attack strikes a creature with a 17.
And roll damage.
Yep. Doing 12 points of damage, resisted, down to 6.
The blade's magical. Does that matter?
It is. Why is that doing that? Let me just quickly double check the creature. Nope, still doesn't matter. All slashing.
Okay.
All slashing and piercing weapons.
Attack number 2?
Yep.
Natural 1.
Oh, no. Yeah, natural 1. God, that's awful.
That's everything. Action, bonus action.
That's everything? Bonus action, movement, all that stuff. No worries. Okay, Tismay. Over to you.
First, oh gosh, can't click on my character. Tisme is going to move around this creature. There, come on, Tisme, not the death butterflies.
Yeah,
there we go.
Where do you
So
want to move to?
5.
Because they won't get the attack of opportunity. That's fine.
I'm not going to move out of the way, even though I should. I was going to move around to get in between the two of them. So kind of just like
So into
dodging
here.
out of the way, get in between the two swarms.
Oh, into there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very cool. Oh god, here we go. Spirit Guardians.
Yeah. And then Tisme's gonna grab onto her holy symbol and cast Spirit Guardians, and a burst of constellations will jump out there. Where is the button? Oh gosh.
Which square are you actually in? Is me or is like all of the tokens not in the?
We're all off by one, so I'm not really sure. Everyone's kind of like off halfway, so.
All right.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
All right. Should we tidy this up a little bit just for the sake of everyone's sanity?
Please. No, it's not.
The problem is that Bisbo is in the same square as the swarm. Tisme is not.
Ah, okay.
Okay, because they're inhabiting the same areas. Sorry, almost finished. Okay. How big is Spirit Guardians again?
That is a 15-foot radius centered on me.
So, there we go. Okay. Excellent. Spirit Guardians is up. That's your action at the beginning of their turn. Then they'll have to make saving throws or get crushed by the Spirit Guardians, correct?
Yes,
okay.
that is the case.
And you've done your movement, and that would be your...
I don't think I have a bonus action.
No problem.
Oh.
All right. Oh, yeah?
Nope, I can't do it. What time? No, I can't do it. Never mind.
What time?
Yes, I was going to ask what time of day it was, but...
9:38 a.m.
Okay. Never mind. That'll end my turn.
Okay. I'd like to know what time it should have been to make things work. Esmeralda, it's your turn.
Okay, well...
You are blind.
I am blind, yes. Well, I'm blind, but I know when I'm being hurt, so she is going to just face step her way out of there.
Sure. Do you need to a point you can see under face step?
Let me see. Hey, maybe, actually.
Sounds like sometimes he knows.
Teleport up to 30 feet.
You can see. Right.
To a random direction. Just don't go south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go south.
Oh, that's
Fine. Then you know what? They can... She is going to... Oh, I can't see. You know what? No, I can do this. I don't need to see it. I just need to make a sign. As an action, she is going to trace a signal of warring in the air and on herself cast Blade Ward.
Yeah. Your resistance, bludgeon, piercing, and slashing damage. Yep, no problem. All right. Do you want to click the little buttons on Blade Ward for me?
There you go.
Thank you. Very good. That's your action.
Okay, and I'm going to try to move out of this butterfly swarm.
Yep. And you will get an attack of opportunity as they move. So where do you want to move to?
I am moving. I'm just going to try to move in this direction, just south. I don't know what's going on there.
Roll an 18 to hit. So you take a grand total of 7 points of damage, resisted down to 3. and as you move out of the swarm, you are no longer blinded.
Oh, good.
So it's only while you're in there.
Perfect. And then I will continue moving just this way. Why is it doing that? I need to reaffirm myself with... There we go. Yeah, that was perfect.
How far do you want to move? Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Awesome.
Perfect.
Godwin.
And that ends your turn.
Godwin.
Godwin. Godwin will fly up, just kind of take a look out, and he'll kind of, just for this turn, give me kind of like, because I'm blinded in the swarm, just kind of give me like, what's happening? They're burning my eyes. Like, just kind of give me directions a little bit, just like where, yeah.
Sounds good. Then Bisbo. Actually, no, we've got the creature. Here we go. Yeah, to Quinn. The creature moves in on Quinn. Biting Quinn. And that is a miss with a 13.
This is when it's my turn. Damn.
Bisbo.
Okay.
Swarm comes in around, butterflies biting. You can see close up, Quinn, you see the small mandibles of deadly butterflies dripping with poisonous ichor. Just as a warning. Go, Bisbo, your turn.
I mean, Esmeralda still hasn't given me the code word, but I'm just going to assume.
I don't even remember the code word, but you're being attacked, so let's go.
Pineapples! Now, it's just hypothetically, James, if there was, say, some type of fire expulsions and that the origin was inside of said swarm, would this swarm be affected by it?
Yes.
Okay.
Hypothetically.
Yes, hypothetically.
What exactly do you want to do?
Bisbo runs. I can't grab my thing. Bisbo will run like, yeah, thank you. This way, and I don't know why that's okay.
Have I got child lock on? Is that what's causing everyone trouble?
Yeah.
There you go. No child lock. That's 5 feet, 10 feet.
10 feet, and kind of runs over here, and then he'll be like, go El Fuego Junior. But what is the Pokemon thing? Like, go Charizard.
Charmander?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is El Fuego
I choose you? Is that what?
I
choose you?
Go El Fuego Junior. I choose you. And then like this giant metal ball, like, he throws it out into the middle of this. Yep. And kind of like Star Trek Episode 1, the ball, like, like the legs pop out and then comes up a little machine. So inside of, on the top right square of that swarm,
yep,
I want him to appear, and then he's going to be aiming at the other swarm because it's a 15-foot cone. And then I kind of like run away. Yes.
Let's have a quick look. Let me get the cone up. Just double check. So you're doing a bit of that action.
That's right. A little bit of that action. And kind of orient it so it's not hitting.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
All right. But so you're standing there, dropping it on this butterfly's on this position here, and then letting it.
No, because it's 15 foot, so I think I'd have to put it in the one over.
No, that's fine. No, that'll be okay. Yep,
okay.
That'll get it. All right. But then it's standing there. Is that right? Or is this burning hands? I always.
No. It's a turret. It's one of my.
The turret.
I mean, it's the turret. Yeah.
So the turret actually sits in there.
That's right.
Okay, cool. Excellent. So you can hit both of them. Done.
And then I will like back up.
Yep, no worries. All right, fire it off.
Okay. Let's see. It's the DC. Where's that? Which one is it?
And both fail to dodge out of the way. So bam, it will hit both of them with maximum damage, with full damage.
Not that much damage, but they're swarms.
Doing 7 points of damage, and they seem to be vulnerable to fire because you see them start to cascade. With the fire across the battlefield, the treant roars in anger. You see its blackened form, having tasted fire itself, watching the fire erupt from the battlefield.
Yeah.
It looks very, very angry. And it picks up a rock and hurls it at Bisbo from across the battlefield. He kind of throws this rock across.
Whatever, Dick. It was lightning that struck you anyways.
Misses. And then starts to move up to here to follow in. get rid of Caden the Hedgehog off the combat tracker. I can get rid of Dorian off. I can get rid of Alphonse.
Caden the Hedgehog, I choose you. I'm throwing a ball.
I can't believe you didn't take Alphonse with you. It's a shocking decision.
The first, I regretted it.
Would we have?
First mistake Quinn made.
It's the champion's choice. I will have Alphonse replace Ashbark here as the guardian of this bridge.
Later on. Yeah, I love it. All right, let's do your thing, Tismay. Can you start rolling saving throws for my death swarms, please? So you need to left click and drag the dice onto the swarm.
I did that. It's the highlighted swarm, okay.
Yeah. Thank you. It succeeds, so takes half the damage. Drop the red blood drops on for me.
Okay. Oh, so many windows. Okay.
Cool. Doing 8 points of damage. That would be.
Do you need the cough drop?
All right.
Was that me?
Yeah. The swarm starts to move and tears at the cannon.
Okay.
Missing. Freaking cannon. And will then move out of the Spirit Guardians and onto Bisbo. Butterfly Swarm 2 doesn't really want to be in there either. Fails in its saving throw. Do some damage.
Ooh, that's
13.
Surprising no, this is what Tismay sounds like when she casts Spirit Guardians.
Sure.
That's way creepier than I thought it'd be.
It's going to swarm all over Tismay.
Yeah, it's fair.
Fighting at Tismay. Yeah. Have I hit yet? Missing.
Yeah. Dex save?
Yes. Yes, please.
Ooh, not a good roll.
Don't dodge out of this one. So this time you are blinded. And it's Quinn's turn.
I see poison dripping mandibles in front of me. It's not really.
Well, they're tiny because they're on the butterflies. So some of these butterflies are large, but the butterfly, it's like a swarm of poison dripping butterflies that are trying to swarm all over you at the moment.
Sure. I will use a first level spell, Foretell Distraction.
Yep.
So can basically move 10 feet without. But it has to be. I get this wrong. It has to be somewhere hidden.
It has to be somewhere in cover. Yeah, you roll towards cover and then make a stealth check. So you are not around anywhere that can provide you cover, I'm afraid, within 10 feet.
Yeah.
There is a hollow log 15 feet away from you. Yeah. So you could maneuver around the creature and then roll into the log if you wanted to, for example.
How about the other way? This tree, the log to the right there. Can I do that and then use 10?
No, I think it's 15 feet away if you look at it.
Okay. Let's just roll into the butterflies and be obscured there. Sounds horrible. Okay. I'll do face step as a bonus action.
Yep. 30 feet away.
Yeah, I'll do. Not gonna go the whole 30. I'm just to get some distance with him.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go. Oh god, I'm doing a cone. Why am I just putting cones everywhere?
Just move where you'd
Thank
like.
you. Yeah, so I'm just gonna actually, because I do want to kind of stay in the Spirit Guardians. Oh boy, for right or for wrong, I'm just gonna go. Jesus. 2 steps back in the way.
Yep.
I don't want to be on top of Esmeralda because I don't want to get butterflied by both of us here. But I want to stay within range.
So you've now kind of rolled, although you're already in it, you've rolled within range of the ant because the ant's got a 10 feet grab. So it's
okay.
But you already were like that anyway. So
yeah. So it's whatever. It's not looking good. But when I use Face Step, my Harrier ability gives me advantage on the attack.
Nice. And who are you attacking?
The same creature, the unidentified creature to the south.
Okay. So click your advantage for Harrier.
Where is that set up at?
Be under feats on your actions page somewhere. Nope. Have I not done it?
Is it? Yeah. I see it under feats, but there's no under abilities, but not under actions.
All good. Done. Let's just call it Heart Strike for the turn, shall we?
Okay.
Does the same thing.
Well, I was going to ask, actually, I think it's only one attack, not both. So it may be worth looking at really quickly. Advantage on your next attack.
Cool. So next one will be at advantage. Sure.
Okay.
Take the shot. You need double hit.
I want to add my foe hunter, or my favorite foe.
Yes, you can do that.
The language of my people. The language of Grey Wall.
What is...
Beautiful.
Doing 12 points of damage.
And then in the next attack, it should not be advantage.
And also hitting. Nice.
Disgusting.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
That's your action. That's your bonus action.
And movement. Oh, no, I guess I haven't moved, have I?
You've moved 10 feet of your movement. Yeah.
Well, I face step there, so I still have.
That's a bonus action. You still have, you have 30 feet of your movement.
But I'm not going anywhere. I'm stuck here. So.
Not going anywhere? All right.
Yeah,
over to you, Tismay. What would you like to do? You are swarmed and blind.
Yes. Technically, the spell doesn't say I have to be able to see. It just says within range. So can I cast spiritual weapon?
Ooh, doesn't it say to a point you can see when you lob the spiritual weapon there?
It just says you create a floating spectral weapon within range.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It seems weird. That's why I said, can I do this? But technically, yeah, it doesn't actually say that you can see. So I'm going to leave it up to your discretion.
You can do it. No, well, I'm a...
I know I'm being swarmed, and I want to hit the one... I'm trying to hit the ones that are swarming me, so I figured, like, I know they're all around me.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Thought.
No problem.
Okay.
All right.
So I'd like to cast it somewhere right next to me and just get the little viney whip to just lash out at the butterflies that are all attacking me.
No problem. Done.
Where is the button?
It appears. Okay, I've targeted. Roll your spiritual weapon attack. It's going to do it with disadvantage because you're blinded, because it's still a melee attack. Yep, so that misses.
It is. I didn't think about that part, but good to remember. Okay. Yep. That misses. That's bonus action. Action, I would like, on top of the spiritual weapons, to activate Twilight Sanctuary. Wherever that is.
Here we go.
It's the 1/2. Take this Sirenscape.
That's cool. And then, if I'm blind, can I move even though I'm blind? Like, I wouldn't know where I was going.
You can hear the sounds of battle. You can stagger out of the swarm in a direction you like. You'll take an attack of opportunity as you leave.
I'll do that.
Yep.
I'd like
Pick a direction.
Like east towards Quinn.
Yep.
And then south towards the unidentified creature.
Yeah, sure. Let me move you out. So just kind of down here.
Not quite that close. One more. Yeah, next to Quinn.
Okay. So the attack of opportunity happens as you come out. Here we go.
Yeah.
And it still misses you even though you're damn well blinded. That's very, very annoying. All right.
And And the
And
spiritual
now-
guardians will hopefully shift over with me.
They will, yes, as will
Yeah.
the Twilight Sanctuary that moves over at the same pace. Done. Oh, look at that. That's all
And-
very cool. And now you
That
can give
one-
yourself the temporary hit points. By left click and dragging those onto you gain 9 temporary hit points.
Okay, and that'll be my
All
turn.
sounds now. Esmeralda.
All right,
That's a long
Esmeralda will burn
Is that going to
2
happen
sorcery
every time you do temporary hit points?
That's a lot.
Esmeralda will burn 2 sorcery points to cast the Mantle of Roses as a bonus action.
Yep.
So let me just put this on me real quick. This is the silk.
Yep.
And then she is going to turn to the swarm of butterflies that Tisme just got out of and lob a firebolt at it.
Cool. Take the shot.
Take the
Come on.
shot.
Take the shot. That will hit.
And then I will hit this twice for the damage. So
Yep. Bam.
there's the first one.
Oof. 28 points of damage just obliterates the butterfly.
Goodbye.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to edit some of these sounds, I think.
I didn't know butterfly sounds like screaming people.
You hear the sound of screaming people.
That's so unnerving.
This stream just got R-rated real quick.
Yeah.
Why do they sound like
It was
baby
horrifying.
children dying horribly? I hate the Feywild.
Oh, wow.
All right,
Okay, and Esmeralda is going to move.
Yep.
I still have a movement. I'm gonna get myself back into, nudge myself there and get myself back into the Twilight Sanctuary.
Very cool. All right. Godwin's turn.
Oh,
Godwin
Christina's gonna
will
do it
come-
every time.
Every time. This is the way I dissuade you from casting Twilight Sanctuary.
Oh goodness.
There's probably a way I can sort this out. How do I do that?
So just so when the tree saw fire, he was just showing he's like coming towards the source, the fire, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like he's afraid of fire.
He looks enraged by the fire.
Okay. Okay. All right. Godwin's going to fly over to this mysterious creature.
Mm-hmm. Can you get
And,
that far? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, yeah. 30 feet
And
to
then
there.
fly up, then fly 30 feet up
Yep.
afterwards. But he's going to launch. He's been like trying to tailor some of our new clothes, so he has a bunch of extra yarn and incidentals, and that will just kind of bunch of yarn and string over this thing, getting all tangled up in all the butterfly wings.
Extension. Remind me, I've got to do that. Yep, cool. Up he goes.
Yep. And then whoop, he flies away.
Yep. So he's 30 feet up, yeah? What's his movement?
kind of
50 feet?
diagonally, 60 feet.
60 feet, yeah, sure.
Up toward the
Kind of,
trees
yep,
or whatever, or down below, yeah, just kind of hiding.
Yep.
Okay, yep.
Pardon me. And that gives you advantage on the next attack. All right, the creature is in the swarm, so takes the saving throw for Spirit Guardians.
Talk dirty to him.
Fails the save.
Oh.
Takes
that's a good
16 points of damage and gets very angry. And swarms over all 3 of you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it's now on top of all 3 and will bite all 3 of you.
Fun.
Woo!
Counter spell. Is it Dex save you said? Oh no, it's an actual hit.
Yeah, an actual hit and then Dex saves. Come on. All right, here we go.
Oh boy.
Swarms out. Yeah, that's been my day all. Esmeralda, natural 1 against you, so completely misses. Quinn gets hit. And
You missed me, but you hit Tisme, it looks like.
Yeah, hits me.
hit Tisme. Okay,
Uh-oh.
awesome. Tisme takes 17 points of damage, partially absorbed, so you end up taking 8. Can I get you to make a concentration check on Spirit Guardians for me, please? Just a con check. You need to beat an 8.
Got it. Come on, girl.
Nice.
No problem.
Yeah.
And now I need all three of you to make dexterity saves to see if you're blinded, please. And
Oh gosh, terrible.
only Tisma is,
Oh,
which you
no.
already were. Okay, so this creature's now all over the top of you, yeah? All right.
That's terrible.
Bisbo, your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get the tail out of this swarm. I want to move southward. Oh, there we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right, this one will take an attack of opportunity
Sure.
against you. And we'll miss with a 15.
Sweet. And then I will have the cannon move. Move into it. Here. And it's going to turn towards the tree, even though it can't hit it, but it's just going to turn toward it to like give it a look like.
Yeah.
Screw you, man. And it's going to try to burn the swarm.
Yep.
So do the button.
Give me a second, sorry, let me target
Oh,
for
let
you.
me target the. Yeah.
Go for it. It does not dodge out of the way with a natural 1.
Okay.
How many times is that now? And that's enough. That's enough to kill the
Yes.
swarm.
So it's even though it doesn't really have eyes, it's staring directly at the tree ends as it burns the butterfly swarm, mocking it. And then as the tree ant is distracted, I'm gonna say ultimate weapon, and the spikes will like fall down, and my thing will retract out my back, and I'll load the purple round into the tube, and then the explosion sounds, and then just purple frothy organic adhesive matter just goes all over the tree end.
Oh, so yep, firing.
I'm casting web.
Web?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm casting web. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. And it's gonna be kind of just around me in the front, so not on my friends, but
yeah.
So yeah.
Place it. The web is 20 feet, is it not?
Yes.
20 feet like that. So I'm assuming
Yeah, and
you're
then
just webbing
exactly.
it,
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
All right, let me target the creature for you.
Okay.
Done. Roll the web save. And my God,
Yes.
it is stuck in the web.
It was distracted by my taunt. Okay, that's my turn.
So can you click the effect for web for me,
Oh,
please?
yes. Let's see. These are strained.
Yep.
And
that's it at this stage. And concentration on yourself. So the little.
Oh,
so remember that? It's a second effect button that has a little C in brackets. Tisma.
Oh. Okay.
Can you please Spirit Guardians, not Spirit Guardians. Yes, Spirit Guardians on the tree ant for me, please.
I've also got this. Okay, first that one.
That one first.
Then so many
And,
things.
and
This one.
Bisbo is probably not in the radius, I don't think, of Twilight
I thought-
Sanctuary.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, yeah.
30.
Yes, it would be.
Oh, I
Yep,
can
yeah.
see.
Yep. If it's 30 feet radius, that's fine. Fails to dodge out of the way of the Spirit Guardians, of course.
Well, it's restrained now.
Yep, that's true. Doing 11 points of damage. And despite it being restrained, it's got 10 feet reach. So it's just going to beat the living shit out of Quinn. Because you're close enough. So first attack against Quinn. Damn. Natural 20, but with disadvantage.
Yes! 2-1!
1, wow.
All I've been doing in the Feywild is foaming up trees at this point. So.
Damn it. And then
Oh
rolls
my
a
goodness.
5 and drops a 19.
A
And with
19 doesn't hit, or to roll a 19.
and the Ashbark, the creature, release me, damn
Dude,
you small fly.
Dude, so much anger. We could have just talked and hashed it up like bros.
The tree looks up and howls in fury at the heavens and the web and in absolute frustration. And folks, that's where we've got to leave it for the week. So when we rejoin next week, we will come back to attacks, fun with Tisme effects and sounds. It's very but thanks everyone. Good to be
And
back.
hopefully we'll fix my
Hold
fireball.
on, let me add to that. Let me add to that.
Oh, your vomit.
You're
You gonna do a vomit check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Disgusting. Thank you very much. We'll see you all next
Thank
week.
you.
Bye everybody.
Oh my god.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.